Today I'm going to teach you my method for sponge camoing pretty much anything. Before I go into detail on how to sponge camo this thing, I'm going to give you a little bit of a heads up on a deal. Most Kevlar helmets are rather pricey. I picked this one up at keepshooting.com. It's a German Kevlar helmet. It's actually in current issue in the German military. It's very well made. It's sold as new. I believe they're going for 89 bucks now. When I got this, I believe it was 60 something. It was a while back. Anyway, as you can see, the color is green. That's the inside. And being out here in the desert, that doesn't match well with my environment. So I decided to paint it some flat dark earth sort of color. And, it's nothing special on there. It's just some Krylon flat dark earth paint, the camo stuff. But pretty much this helmet has similarities to... the personal armor system that the ground troops use now in the American military during the late 20th century. So, I mean, it's a decent helmet. It's a Kevlar helmet. I believe Southern Prepper 1 shoots one of these with some common rounds, and they don't penetrate. So, all in all, I'm pleased with the deal. Just letting you a heads up on the deal. Totally side from what I'm going to be doing. But anyway, what I want to do with this today is sponge camo it. Now, the trick with this is just get some offset colors that you want to put on there together. We're going to paint some stripes on here in a darker brown. Okay, we're going to put a couple of spots on there that are darker. What we're going to do is then use this color paint on the darker paint with the sponge, and the darker paint with the sponge in the lighter areas. So you're going to need two sponges. You're going to need two contrasting or even three contrasting colors. And you can go from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up now, because I just turned on the camera and filmed this. I'm going to set it up, and I'm going to set it up so you can see me paint the stripes on it, and we'll go from there. So I'll see when I get colors that I'm going to use. This is the color I previously used to paint it. This is a little bit of a, I guess you could say a darker earth tone, and this is a much darker earth tone. This is what we're going to be making the stripes with, and all three of them we're going to be using our sponge to alternate color. So let me move my camera outside so you can see what I'm going to do. It's pretty simple. I'm just going to put a few stripes on there, but I'd like to give everybody a whole rundown on it and show you what I'm going to do the whole way through. All right, so we're pointed outside now. I don't have to go too far to do this because I'm not really doing a heavy amount of painting. I don't like to paint in my garage because, number one, I don't like to breathe in the fumes, and number two, it gets all over my car. So there's the helmet, and I'm going to do the quick little... I'm going to do these watching the helmet, so if you can't see it on the video, I'll redo it or I'll edit it or whatever. We're just going to do a quick couple of stripes across it, across the back. Hope you can see that. There. Now that should do it, okay? Looks kind of dark. Maybe we'll do a little dark in there. Looks kind of dark. Looks kind of, it really stands out right now. But we're going to let that dry, and then I'm going to do the sponge camo on it, so stay tuned. Okay, we're back inside, and I'm going to show you the sponges I'm using. These are available from Walmart. I think they're like $1.50. They're in the art section. They're just natural earth sponges. They work pretty well for this intended purpose. I'm assuming that's what they're for. And no, I'm not going to stuff the helmet full of crackers. I'm using some cardboard here of a recently discarded package so we can spray some paint on it. I found that paper tends to suck up the paint and dry it up too quick before I can get a lot of markings on it. So I'm going to use some cardboard, and we're going to go over these areas. I'm going to make this a little smaller too because this is kind of big. So I'm going to cut it in half. And again, you can do pretty much whatever you want with these sponges. You can cut them, you can make them bigger, smaller, whatever. You can buy the whole sponge and do it that way. Either way it works out. Should be okay. Let's see what color I got here first. Alright, we got the original color because I took the caps off and I wasn't sure. So you just dip that in there, okay, and hit the spot like that. Now at first that's going to look like big deal. What did you do? Nothing, you know. But when you get going with this and you start doing it all the way through, you're going to see a big difference. Now we're going to take the darker color and make a little blotch over here. Okay, and I'll get the color, the sponge I've used with the darker, and just go through here. Now I'm going to do this for a few minutes. I don't want to waste your time and mine sitting here watching me paint this. And I'll come back and show you the finished product. And you'll see it makes a big difference once we've been doing it for a little bit. Anyway, I'll see you in a few minutes when I finish. Okay, so there you go. There it is. Took me about, I don't know, 20-30 minutes. I let the paint dry before I went back over it. It's got a very kind of almost an ACU-ish pattern to it. But one thing's for sure, will definitely hide a lot better than just a bright helmet. And really with Camo, what you're looking to do is break up straight lines. I think it does it pretty nicely. You know, all in all, I'm pleased with it. Again, it's not supposed to be a masterpiece. It's not supposed to be very symmetrical. It's supposed to be very broken up and hodgepodge. I may do a little more on it. I may add a third color, but for now, I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. And that's how you do it. You know, it's just some simple sponges. And as you see, I sprayed on the colors on here. Simple as that. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.